Hello, everyone. A very cheerful morning to one and all. Hope you are at your best in this pandemic. I'm Srishti Vadhera and I will be your host for the session. Elevating the level of a hackathon that has a legacy of successful triumphs, we feel proud and honored to be the flag bearers of hackCBS 3.0 this year by hosting it in a digitalized way. To make the most out of this time and to help channelize the talent and energy of a beloved developer community, we have organized a bunch of workshops and qualitative speaker sessions at hackCBS 3.0 this year, and here we come to the last session of the series. Thus, we hope to make it as much as knowledgeable and insightful for you all so that you are geared up to build your hack by collaboration and contribution. I hope you are able to fulfill our motive and you're enjoying your time with us at hackCBS 3.0. Thus, let's get started with our today's session. So, today's session will cover the introduction of Amazon Web Services, AWS. It will include cloud computing, computing architectures, serverless computing, and the services offered by AWS like compute, storage, and APIs. With that said, let me introduce you all to the speaker of this session, Angeline Chen. So, here we have Angeline joined us. Angeline is an AWS Educate Student Ambassador. She has an experience of being a MSP, which is Microsoft Student Partner, and a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador as well. She has been an intern at Student Training in Engineering program at Google as well. She has also been a Google Cloud Platform Student Innovator and the founder of Coding Trek, a club teaching all ages coding. She is highly skilled in Node.js, Python, and Java as well. We welcome you, Angeline, and look forward to your talk. The virtual stage is all yours.
A video before the talk, and I'm just going to play the video for you. Student ambassador. So can you hear me? Can you hear the video? Okay, so I'll just play the video then. So thank you for coming to my talk, and as the organizer mentioned, I'm an AWS Educate Student Ambassador, and I will be introducing you to AWS. We'll be introducing you to Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Cloud is getting things done using someone else's computers. The benefit of cloud computing is you can spend less time managing infrastructure and more time creating applications. AWS is one of the most popular cloud computing offerings. Some computing architectures are infrastructure as a service, IaaS, which provides system administrators with infrastructure and hardware. Platform as a Service, PaaS, which provides developers with application platforms and databases. Software as a Service, SaaS, which provides end customers with software hosted and maintained on the internet. When hearing of cloud computing, you may have also heard of serverless, which is another computing architecture, and it allows you to build and run applications and services without thinking about servers. The benefits of serverless computing are zero server management, no upfront provisioning, auto-scaling to meet traffic demands, and paying only for the resources used. Amazon Aws Lambda is Amazon's serverless offering, and it is used to respond to events, such as sending HTTP requests and uploading files to Bucket. And you can use Aws Lambda to deploy the backend of your web application or mobile application. And instead of deploying an entire server to AWS, you can just deploy the functions that will be called by a RESTful API. And you can deploy your RESTful API to AWS by using API Gateway. So for each route that will be sent an HTTP request in API Gateway, you can create an Aws Lambda function to respond to the HTTP request. Aws Elastic Beanstalk is Amazon's PaaS offering, and it is used to build and deploy applications on a fully managed platform. So if you have both a front end and back end of a web application that you would like to deploy, you should use Aws Elastic Beanstalk to deploy the entire web application. Aws Elastic Container Service is used to deploy containerized applications such as Docker applications, Docker containers, and a container is a standard unit of software that packages up code and all its dependencies. And the container is portable because it can be run on different machines. So this is another way for you to deploy applications to the cloud by using containers. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, or EC2, is Amazon's IaaS offering, and it is used to create virtual machines by choosing CPU and RAM and customizing machine types. And virtual machines can be used to simulate a computer system. So if you would like to run a program that uses a lot of computing power, and you do not want to run it on your own machine, you can run it in the cloud by creating a virtual machine. Amazon storage services include Amazon Relational Database Service, a relational database, Amazon DynamoDB, a non-relational database, and Amazon S3, or Simple Storage Service, a blobster database. Relational databases, or SQL databases, use tables to store data with fixed schema. Non-relational databases, or NoSQL databases, use key-value pairs, or documents, to store data with some dynamic schema. And blobster databases are used to store image, text, and audio files. So this is an example of a web application architecture that you can deploy to AWS. So if you're creating a static website that only has HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files with no backend or no server, you can use Amazon S3 to host your static website. And if you are creating a web application or a mobile application, you can use Amazon Cognito to register and authenticate new users to your application. If you're creating a web application or mobile application with a backend, you can store your serverless backend by using AWS API Gateway and Aws Lambda. AWS API Gateway creates a RESTful API, and each of the routes in the RESTful API is an Aws Lambda function. And Aws Lambda lets you write code for each of the routes. And if you want, you can connect Aws Lambda to a database. In this case, it's Amazon DynamoDB, a NoSQL database, but you can also connect Aws Lambda to Amazon Relational Database Service or a SQL database. And you can also connect your Aws Lambda function to Amazon S3 if you want to store objects for your web application. AWS also has some machine learning APIs that you can use. So you don't have to have any experience with machine learning. You can just call the API, and the APIs will run the machine learning model and return the results. Amazon Transcribe is an API, a speech API. Amazon Recognition is a vision API. Amazon Comprehend is a natural language processing API. Amazon Translate is a translation API. Amazon Lex is a conversational interface. Amazon Recognition Video is a video intelligence API. Amazon SageMaker is an auto-generated model. So if you would like to customize your machine learning model, you can use Amazon SageMaker. Thank you for attending the talk. And if you would like some $100 of AWS credits, you can redeem the credits at this link and send me a direct message for a code that can be used to redeem the credits. Thank you.
Indeed, a very insightful session. Hope the audience agrees with me. Thank you, Angeline, for enlightening us with your knowledge, and it was really good to seek all the information from you. We are really delighted to have you here at hackCBS. It was a wonderful session, and it was amazing hosting you today. Thank you so much. So I would like yes. Thank you.